Morning, it's 2:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday, June 25th. And it's a crying shame what these guys are doing to Litecoin. I mean, it's just so obvious that Litecoin always used to follow Bitcoin. Now look, like Bitcoin's going to a higher high. Like, where's Litecoin? Everybody else is following. And Litecoin, they dumped it down after yesterday. They stopped it from going above 140, making a new high like Litecoin. They stopped it. They intervened. They did this fictitious dump here. Everybody's holding for the breakout. They had to stop it. Not only did they stop it, so Litecoin was recovering. They stepped in again. Um, Uh, I don't know why they're doing this. Maybe it's under the influence of Charlie Lee, who's made several statements that he's not here to make people rich on Litecoin, and he wants to stabilize the price. So merchants will use it, which is bullshit, which means he's actually taking active part and manipulating the coin, that the price that he owns. Somebody got to check his statements and match it against the activity. There's something funny going on here. I mean, he dumped all his coin. God knows what he's doing behind the scenes with that bank of his. And what I got a funny feeling that they're in here manipulating his price. I mean, you can see this Litecoin is being manipulated because it's the odd guy out, especially in the USD market. Look at it in the Euro market, right? Look at it in the British pounds market. It's following stroke for stroke a BTC, but in the USD, it's not. You see? So it's the USD side that's manipulating the Litecoin, and it's out of control. I'm telling you right now, this is totally out of control. There's something very wrong with the USD side of Litecoin. It's active being manipulated heavily. It's not even agreeing with the Euro side. Look at the Euro side. Okay? Look at the British pound side. This sticks out as an Anglophobe manipulation here on the Euro side is, and the British pounds, USD. Look at the difference in the graphs. Okay, let's see what's going on the Euro side. The graph's the same. But you see the graphs aren't over here. There's something fishy going on with Litecoin. There really is. This is why, like on Crypto TV, you see other people saying there's something different about Litecoin's rally as compared to the others. There is something funny going on here. Now, we're already in an oversold market, right? And yesterday, look, we're in an oversold market. There's no doubt. The RSI is low. Yet, for some reason, people continue to do these large dumps when we're in oversold conditions. Now, for the second day in a row, we start to recover. They come in, what time is it now? 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. They come in about 12 midnight and start dumping it down. They do it in the early hours of the morning. And other people have noticed this too. They actually started waking up around 1 o'clock in the morning to come in and buy Litecoin now, because they know now that they actively dump the coin at these hours in the morning on the US side of the market. Go to Crypto Savvy. Him and his friends all know about this, that the early morning dumps, that they all wake up now 1 o'clock in the morning just to come in and buy. This is going on long enough. I don't know what's going on. If any of the coins, the possibility of catching somebody manipulating the coin, all evidence lies in this LTC right here. And the main culprits of this that you have to check is Charlie Lee, and Brian Armstrong, and this market maker, the one and only individual market maker that is in Litecoin. I'll say it again. It does not, even when you do a comparative between other coins besides USD, look, the graph is different. There's something going on here. It's obvious. All eyes on Litecoin. They're manipulating the hell out of Litecoin. Litecoin, out of the top 4 coin, it's the most manipulated coin. Now you see Litecoin has been manipulated to the 5th place when it had the 4th place. These guys are criminally manipulating the price and causing people to sell. They don't have enough Litecoin to deal with the demand, so they're going in here and triggering stop losses again. This is a shame. Litecoin holders, you better open your mouth. Don't stand there and be used like a dunce and sit there, well, there's nothing I could do, or not deal with it at all. These people, sooner or later, they're in here getting away with what they're doing to Litecoin. They're coming to a coin in the neighborhood near you, sir. There's something absolutely wrong going on here with Litecoin. It stinks heaven to high hell. Every time that if you see a Bitcoin that's going to make a major move, go to a new high, boom, let's attack Litecoin and force people into Bitcoin to get it to pump higher, maybe. But this is off the wall. It really is. Now let's see. Since we hit the 30, we've been here for 6 to 23rd. Now it's the 25th. 2 days Litecoin is underwater, oversold. 2 days. Now on average right here, it usually will stay underwater for 3 days is the longest so far. This is 1 day. I know that one already. When it first started going up, it was taking 1 day. 1 day. This is the long shot when it first, before we went to the bull market. For the 5 days over here, running sideways. There's something absolutely funny going on with Litecoin. I can tell you that right now. Now last night, as it was going up, I've seen these large orders appearing in the order book and being placed at key areas like 135, 136, these large orders of 2,000, 4,000 coin. That's manipulation. They're trying to slow down the rally because they don't want the price to go up. This is really bad, people. This is These guys are manipulating the shit out of Litecoin because I believe that they don't have any coin because people have started to remove their coin from the exchange. Then they got people who are in the habit of keeping it on the exchange and putting in stop losses. You people putting in the stop losses, you're getting ripped off, dudes. You're getting ripped off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say, you use the stop loss, they know that's a definite profit maker for them. The manipulators over here, because they go stop loss hunting. Then they come in, they force you to sell short of what you bought it. Then they get your coin at the low price, and then they immediately pump the price up. So they're gonna do this all over, even on the way up. When the coin's prices recover, they're gonna come in and jump in and bump you guys out that use stop losses. And anything that you lost, you got it at 5 or 10%. That's going to be 5 to 10% plus more profit to these stop loss hunters. This has gone on long enough, guys. The New York Department of Financial Services, the CFTC, I got all their emails. The New York Attorney General, I'm going to start giving them out. The people that know we're being ripped off, you guys got to start complaining. You don't have to fill out their form. I'll let you send an email to these clowns over there at these agencies who think they get their jobs because they're a connection and they're not supposed to do any kind of work. Now look, everything's the gain. Look, everything's gaining. Look where Litecoin is. Slowly going in the red across the whole board. Everything else is, all the top coin is gained. Not Litecoin. When are people going to figure this out? That this is the most heavily manipulated coin on the market. Look. It's a crying shame. This should be, right now, Litecoin should be 2%. 2% of Bitcoin, which would make it around $200. When Bitcoin hit 20,000, Litecoin went up to almost $400, close to 400. So we'll say that Litecoin should be 2% of what Bitcoin is. It's always been, that's the number, between 1.5% to 2%. And what price is it now? This is how we know it's being manipulated. Let's see the price of Bitcoin. Litecoin should be 2%. If it's not 2%, it's being manipulated. Right now, Litecoin should be $226. We should be at $226 Litecoin. Go in here and find the market maker and ask him, what is he doing? Putting this. There's something going on. It just does not work this way. Litecoin's always been about 2% of what Bitcoin is. even on the downturn. Litecoin is being Litecoin's being pushed underwater. That much is obvious to me. It's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 o'clock at night, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So 12 to 2. That's when they come in the sneaks. Right now, Litecoin is very undervalued. It should be $226. It should be 2%. Remember when Bitcoin hit around 20,000? Litecoin hit about 380. And if you looked on the graph, it did hit 400. All right, it hit 400. It shot up. So Litecoin should be 2% of Bitcoin, which is a fair value, even though Litecoin is used probably more than Bitcoin in some cases. I mean, now it's a trading pair on a lot of exchanges. It's obvious to me now that this is being manipulated if you look in the wee hours of the morning. It's all you have to do is look now and see that this is being tanked and pushed underwater. And it's being tanked on the wee hours of the morning. And in the order book, we're about to we're breaking out. All of a sudden, this huge order just appears out of nowhere and just plops itself at like 135, 136, and 137 yesterday. Thousands of coin. When the average order is not even 100. You know, if we're lucky, you get an order for 200 Litecoin. Look. Now you watch this, guarantee if this starts to break out and go up, you're going to see a large order come out of nowhere and plop its ass on a key area, say 135, 136, or 137. This is ridiculous now. We're on our second day and being in oversold conditions. It's never happened like this before. Never. So if you look at this graph here, you see when it hits 30, it always leads to something going up. Now it turned away from the 50. It looks like if you look over here to the left, right, in the current market, so that puts us in the current situation. So we're not looking back years ago, which some people criticize. You know, they tell you to wake up. Well, you can use more than one source to compare it to. History always repeats itself. And if you throw that away and compare and leave it all out of the current market, you're leaving out the known behavior of human beings and what they do in a certain situation. You're totally ignoring it. You're taking people who are dyed in the wool, who program bots and are lazy, aren't going to use the same methods that worked before. It's kind of a little bit asinine to say they wouldn't do it before. Humans are the purveyors. If something works, they'll keep repeating it. It's just a known quantity about human behavior. If I do this and I make $1,000, why am I going to start experimenting with something else that I don't know what the outcome's going to be? So if you look over here, you could see it kind of matches this 30 RSI over here. And this one lasted 2 days. So we hit the 30 over here, the 23rd. We're now the 25th. We should see a rise coming today. You know, a bot is a bot is a bot. Once it's programmed, this is all bot trading, and some people don't understand that. They think there's actual the people who are manipulating are actually sitting at the desk saying, "Well, they're gonna guess what I'm doing. I'm gonna start typing and throw them off the scent. I'm gonna lead them someplace else." No, these people are highly repetitive. Okay, maybe they'll change an algorithm. But that's about it. It's going to go up probably today. But it's still, I'm still thinking that I'm still going to say the same thing before. Litecoin should be 2%, at least 2% of what Bitcoin is. And right now it should be $226. We all remember the last parabolic moves, like Litecoin went right ahead straight up with it. But now the manipulator, for some reason, thinks he's just going to do what he wants. So right now, we're a little less than $100 away where we should be. Now we could compare it to 2017. You know why? Because let's take a look. I got a spreadsheet here, and I have the 2017. Litecoin should be right now, if it wasn't manipulated, $226. Okay, let's open up the spreadsheet. What I did on the spreadsheet is I took 2000, when it went up 2017, this parabolic move compared to that one. So we're sitting around 135. And you can see comparatively during the same time period. Let's see. Only got up to June 11th. You see, by June 11th, we almost hit our high at $352. That's when Charlie Lee dumped. This has gone on too much, people. It's gone on too much. You can tell this is manipulated. Look, you see? Which one of the top 4 coins stands out like a sore thumb? Which one? These are the top 4 coins you see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bitcoin was just up here at the 4th one, right? What's different here? Can anybody answer that question? You can't see that there's something wrong, obviously, with Litecoin. Like Bitcoin's setting new highs. Litecoin's going the opposite way, where it's supposed to be going. 5% gain. We're at a loss. Everything's green. Litecoin's at a loss. That's all you have to do is look at the charts. It tells you there's something wrong. This should be 2% of Bitcoin, which it's $226. A lousy 2% of Bitcoin. A lousy 2%. Some guys are saying it should be 25%. I don't know where you guys are getting that idea. When it's struggling because of the manipulators to hold 2%. It's not even holding 2%. It's not even 2%. And then a lot of people stopped. They stopped on all the things people Litecoin. There used to be big Litecoin holders. They used to be but Litecoin this, Litecoin. Now you hear Litecoin, no big deal. Hey, let's look at Bitcoin. Maybe it's exactly why they're doing this. All right, people, watch out, man. This Litecoin market maker in here, man, he should be totally investigated. Now let's keep watching it a little bit. I want to see when it starts to cross the EMA 26. If a large order appears, that'll be the market maker stepping in to squash the price rally. Let's see. The EMA 26 has been the trigger of any time that there's a chance of anything crossing it over. They'll start bringing the price down. They immediately move in. Price range should be 135.26. Let's see what happens. Or above, I should say. I mean, they don't control it exactly at the penny. But that might be the trigger for the bot to get active, to bring the price down. It's just keeping it right on the 26. It went above, bring it back down under the 26. Get it back down. Okay, let's see what happens. There's something definitely funny going on in Litecoin. There's no doubt in my mind. You don't take a parabolic Bitcoin market and see Litecoin losing value. It just doesn't happen. It never happened before. It's never happened. I think these people know the halving. There's only two things that could have changed. No, actually, there's one thing that could have changed why these manipulators are doing this. Is that in August, Litecoin halves. These guys are up to something. I could smell it. They're manipulating the market before the halving. Litecoin should be 2% of Bitcoin. You see? They're not going to let it go over this EMA 26. I mean, look at these dumps. You see these long tails? What these are dumps that are orchestrated in a short time period. Let's look at the 15-minute. You see, 15-minute dumps. All done in 15 minutes. Look at this. In a 15-minute time frame. Let's go to the 1 minute. Look at these savage 1 minute dumps. That shows you it's done by one person. And there's only one person with the ability to do dumps on it. These dumps as quickly and hard as they're done. And that's the market maker. The coin master. You see, right on schedule. Boom, 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 boom. Look at this. Look at this on the 6 hour. You can see the pattern right here. Sliced you. He's cutting everybody and making them bleed. Look. He started doing this June 12th. Look at this. This is why Litecoin isn't going up. Look at this. On the 1 day you can't see it. So what this guy is running on a 6 hour time frame. There you go. See, you can see the algorithm of the bot is clear as day right here. And it started happening since June 12th. To the minute. So this started June 12th, whoever's doing this. Let's go back to the 1 hour. Let's take a look for June 12th. You see what happens from June 12th? Here goes June 12th right here. 12 p.m. 6 hours, 6 hours. You see? Sometimes you can't see the pattern when you're looking, so you have to go through the price charts. And the 6 hour clearly shows you what's going on. So this clown is running, this manipulator is running off the 6 hour. There you go, mystery solved. But when you look at it, what are you seeing here on the 6 hour? You're seeing I can't even say you can call it a higher high. Yeah, this just makes a mockery of Litecoin investors. This manipulation. So you can clearly see the pattern in the candlesticks of what the manipulator is doing. All right, and it's starting at so now you could see. Wow. Wow. This is just. It's not that the fact of that you're not only losing money for the potential investors. It also, what really pisses you off is that this market maker is making an ass of everybody as well. And you go and call the authorities involved. You come up with proof. Look at the manipulation, okay? I can show it to you on the 6 hour. Look, he's running a bot. You can see the pattern here, what he's doing. He's suppressing the price of Litecoin, which should be 2% of what Bitcoin is. Litecoin should be $226, right? They'll tell you, well, what makes you think that? Well, every time Litecoin has gone up, they have done a dump. And all you have to do is look at the 6 hour and see the manipulation right in your face. Now, if you go over to Bitcoin, look at this graph on the 6 hour, right? We're supposed to match Bitcoin like all the rest of these guys. And then you look, Litecoin, you're a retarded little brother who can't keep up. You know, Charlie Lee ought to get smacked in the face for this, okay? When you went ahead and put this coin on Coinbase, you put it in the realm of this market maker, this crooked bastard, Charlie. And then you abandoned us. Are you seeing something? Look, don't tell me Litecoin is not manipulated. This doesn't even count. This just, God knows when this came on the market. In April. So now you can see it openly manipulated. Openly being manipulated out of the range of market current, how would you say? It's out of range of the current market of what's happening in all the major coins. It's being manipulated. We're being robbed. It's that simple. Litecoin is the right coin. That truck driver who speaks to Mr. Kim and Charlie Lee, you better speak to him again. Bitcoin Ben. You better speak to him again. Now you don't hear nothing. Now that it's being the shit's being manipulated at Litecoin. Bitcoin Ben doesn't speak about Litecoin anymore. You ever notice that? All the people who touted Litecoin, and then when they know it's being manipulated, they just stop talking about it. The only one, the chart guys, he turned around and said, I'm not putting no money in that ship, when he was referring to Litecoin, because he knows this ship is going under. It's the Titanic. Look at this. It's the only one. The only one. It's got odd activity compared to the rest of them. It sticks out like a sore thumb. These are the top 5 coin right here. Litecoin. It's the AOC of the Democratic Party. Now, people, you see what I'm saying? Do you notice a pattern here? Why I say Litecoin is the most manipulated coin out of all of the top 5 coin. Now look, it tried to break out. They squashed it again. Let's see if there's unusually large orders put in here. You know, years ago, back in the day, of why they called, back in the 1800s, they used to call traders Mad Hatters because you go to the trading area, they're jumping up and down and acting pretty much deranged. So if you look at Alice in Wonderland, look at the portrayal of the Mad Hatter, and look inside his hat, and what do you see? A stock symbol with the price. That's a Mad Hatter, was also a trader. But years ago, if you were caught doing something suppressing the market, there's another reason they call it Mad Hatters. The other traders would bring you in the alleyway and beat the living daylights out of you. They used to have fist fights. There were even stories of where they out. You see, when they outlawed dueling in New York City and in Manhattan, a lot of it, they don't tell you this, but a lot of the dueling was due to people doing the same shenanigans they did on the trading floor. You did this to my company. You said something bad on the trading floor. I have to protect my family, and my assets. And they'd go up to Central Park and either stab each other to death or shoot each other with muskets. That's a known fact about New York City. This is a funny place, let me tell you. Well, people, good luck on your trading. We're gonna need it with this manipulation. Again, look, Litecoin is the slow, retarded little brother of Bitcoin. All of a sudden, manipulators have put mercury in his drink. All right, talk to you guys later. Good luck on your trading.